Hello. Good morning, everybody. Am I audible? Good morning. We'll start now. Okay, Anita. Thank you. So, in a series of these fundamentals in real estate, today is the third part, prospecting. In last two webinar, which was part 1, getting started for new agents or getting started in real estate broking industry, we learned what is the nature of the work for sales associates, what are the market trends he needs to understand, and become the sales associate of your choice. 4 reasons why sales associate fail. How to define your mission statement, your goal and marketing plan. This was what we covered in part 1. Am I audible now? Everybody? Okay. Moving on to next chapter, which was part 2. It was a marketing. It was marketing where we understood okay. So today in part 2 in marketing, last week we understood needs and wants of consumers are changing, importance of the brand, how to market your service, building relationships, few marketing rules, how to promote yourself and become a specialized person of some area or some kind of property, and what should be the elements of your marketing plan. Having learned part 1 and 2, today we will understand how to do prospecting. So today's agenda is repetition, seek opportunity for leverage, 6 steps to getting started, farming, direct response marketing, expired listing, FSBO, ad sign system and open houses. Next. So the key to success in real estate is always a lead generation, which turns leads into appointments, and in appointments to contracts, and contracts into sales. So sales associate always want to generate as many leads as possible in the shortest period of time and at the least expense. You cannot expect better than this. So there are 3 methods of prospecting: passive, active and purchase. So passive means you are waiting for business to come to you, like floor time. Floor time is you are a new agent in your office and your office gives you leads. You call these numbers, these are 10 numbers who may want property to sell or buy. So that is floor time. You get website leads and you get customers from open house. So this is called passive methods of prospecting. Then active, referrals, first sell by owners, expired listing, canvassing, door knocking, cold calls, etc. And purchase, people see your ads, signs, flyer, you send personal brochure, newsletter, etc. and contact you. These are the 3 methods of prospecting. Wait a minute. So passive and active prospecting may be done with little or no expense, right? Because not much expense is involved in these 2 kind of prospecting. There is prospecting done by phone, to first sell by owners, expired listing. We'll see how we call to expired listing owners, past clients, centers of your influence, and prospecting done in person by door knocking, open house, client parties, networking events, seminars, promotion booths, or you are speaking at some opportunity of some event, etc. So suppose we walk into a restaurant for lunch or dinner, and nowadays it's a trend that you don't get table immediately, you get a number. So you will take a number and stand in line or sit outside in a waiting lounge. So as you near the front of the line or your number approaches, the counterman will, suppose your number is 13 and the counterman calls the number 12. So what he does, if no one answers, he again call it once, number 12, and still no one answers, what he does, he tells your number 13 and you go. So that counterman, the person who is calling, doesn't run out the sidewalk, where is 12 number, where is 12 number, he just calls your number. So he doesn't go out looking for the customer who had given up that place. He doesn't waste an instant on the customer who left from there. He knows there are other prospects right there in front of him waiting for service. So the moral of the above story is what? A prospecting for a sale doesn't have to be painful experience. There are always more prospects. Sooner or later you will meet one who says yes. And do not get hung up on the no's. So if he says no, do not put your phone down. Just politely thank them for their time and move on. The story also tells us that you need to generate a steady stream of prospects. So another great way to think prospecting, recently you have experienced our election campaign, 2014 election campaign. So whenever there is an election, what happens? The candidates hit the streets asking for votes. So what methods do they use? They mail flyers to their constituency, that is their farm. They rally their base, that is their past clients. Suppose they have won a seat, so they will first do rally there. They door knock. They have a well thought out message, mission statement, अच्छे दिन आएंगे, right? They try to differentiate themselves from their competitor through their policies. So they position themselves that we are better than other party. They use public relations like their party spokesperson on market condition. They post a lot of signage for sale, bus benches, billboards for us, right? They shake a lot of hands and ask people to remember them on voting day. They sell their brand like BJP, Congress, secular, non-secular. They strive for name recognition by using all these tools. So what we have to do, we have to follow this. So prospecting is giving a business card to everyone you meet. So whenever you give business card to someone, you are not just doing one card minus from your pocket, but you are doing prospecting. Letting everyone you meet know that you are a remote sales associate. Asking for business, farming and personal leads, preparing a personal brochure, advertising, sending thank you cards to everyone who helps you. All this is prospecting. So ask everybody for business, friends, relative, dentist, everybody. Remember, if you do not ask, the answer is always no. Realize that prospecting is a number game. There are always more and more prospects. If someone says no, you can immediately find a dozen more prospects. Do not get fixated on one prospect, just move on. So repetition, what is this? So there are lots of myths about prospecting, like that what are written here, that you call only once अ prospect, एक prospect को एक ही बार call करते हैं. So that is a myth. Remax of office, there is a story. Remax office in a small town in some city gave their sales associate a list of neighbors to call and told them this was going to be a monthly phone call program. So they had to call those numbers every month. Each month they had to call those numbers. Suppose the associate was given 50 numbers, he had to call this month 50 prospect. Again the same prospect he had to call next month. So what happened? The associate went ahead and made the phone calls and obtained no results. Next month, lists were disturbed again among the sales associates, who were surprised to find out that it was the same people they called last month, but they went ahead because that was the rule of that office and made the phone calls anyway. And this time they did obtain some results. The third one, the same lists were handed out and so on and so forth for 6 months. And sales associates were getting results consistently from these calls. So the moral of this story is the importance of consistency. Initially people do not even think about what you are selling, but by keeping in front of them, your message starts to resonate. So your prospect does not want to buy from you today, but they will buy tomorrow. They may buy tomorrow. There was one research that found out that a marketing message must penetrate the mind of a prospect in a total 6 to 9 times before it becomes its top of mind. So to get in front of your prospect 6 to 9 times, what you need to do? You need to message 4 to 6 times, as many as 4 times. So if you are calling 6 times, so 6 4 are 20 or 24, or if you are 9 times, and 9 4 are 36. You may have to call 24 to 36 times or message 24 to 36 times, because your message may get lost or picked up by some others. Next. So seek opportunity for leverage. You may prospect by holding open house, sending flyers, knocking doors, or cold calling. Or you could work on having past clients and center of influence identify prospects and send them to you. So although you do both, the latter give you leverage. Some people are able to send you a lot of more referrals than others due to their nature of work, like lawyers, your loan executives, bankers, builder and developers, company needing relocation services, human resource department of a company, and all remote sales associate across the system. So try to do prospecting that can give you leverage. Send your mailer to people who can make a difference, then follow up with a call or an email. If you are sending your newsletter or your prospecting mailer or something like that, just sold, just listed cards, if you are sending to everybody, and if you are sending to these people who are listed here, lawyers, loan executive, bankers, see, last time we had discussed, okay, you should co-op advertise. So you should have someone, suppose from HDFC loan executive who is selling good loans, so you should tie up with him. So what will happen, he will have your name on his marketing brochure and you will have his name on your marketing brochure. So same way, if you are sending your brochure and everything to all these people, they are able to refer you, because lot of people approach them. Lot of people approach lawyers, loan executive, builder, companies needing relocation services. So if they have your marketing piece in a better manner, and if you are a Remax associate, then there are high chance they will refer you. So decide what prospecting method you are good at and become the best. Next. Suppose you are good at online campaigns, signs, FSBOs, mailers, open houses, past client and center of influence, door knocking, farming, decide your prospecting method and become the best in it. So to start with, we have identified these 6 steps to get started. So first, realize that you already have a center of influence which consists your family, friend, old schoolmates, previous business associate, your cricket buddies or soccer buddies, and more. So these are people that know you and people you have some influence over. Start collecting names, phone numbers, addresses, email addresses and other information from your friends, family, co-workers, high school class, health club and other places. Throughout your career in real estate, you should always have a plan to grow this group and implement it faithfully. This will become a huge source of repeat and referral business over the period of time. So first is get your current list all in one place. So it's a big task, but it is important and requires planning to avoid duplicate work later. You will be surprised at how large a list you can come up with when you start pulling in your friends, old classmates, sports team members, business associates, your doctor, lawyer and others. What is important is to hopefully start with something more than a list of paper. You can use Outlook or contact database like it to get people into system for management. Second is make contact the way you usually do. People will say you got to contact this, so there's a message. Okay. So that's what, make contact the way you usually do. So this has to do with being effective but also saving some money. There are plenty of advisors out there that will suggest you develop a really nice letter in envelopes and mail via first class mail or courier. This may be how you do it for some of your list. However, if you are making a really large contact list, many of them will be people you usually talk via email, text messaging or phone. So it is okay to contact them the way you always have done and just split your list into group by contact method. So as you said, there are groups in which you, suppose this is one group where you contact them by email, this is another group you contact by WhatsApp, another group you contact by SMS or whatever you are doing as you are usually doing. So 3, go ahead and categorize by how you know them. See, first what we did, we are getting a correct list of all in one place. Then we start making contact the way you usually do, and then we categorize by how you know them. So as you progress in your career and your knowledge of contact management, you will find that you want to have certain common types by which to identify contacts. Like if you are using Outlook, you can use the categories function for this. In Outlook you have categories, you can then give some colors, red, white, blue, green, etc. And you could have a category such as friends, family, vendors, doctor, lawyers, etc. Buyer prospect, seller prospect and so on. Whatever categories you may have, you can do that in your Outlook. And the buyer and seller prospect categories are for those new contacts you are about to get. So develop your announcement content and send it out. So if you are contacting via several methods such as email, snail mail, phone, so develop script for each and let them know your new business. Suppose as simple as hi, name of the person, hi, I have started a new career and wanted to let you know about it. I am now a real estate agent with Remax XYZ in this city, Ahmedabad or Mumbai, and please think of me if you are planning a real estate transaction or if you know someone who is wanting to do that. So this was one of the scripts. You can design your own, plan ongoing contact and then do it. So now then, when you have sent new sales associate career announcement to your center of influence, now you have to make a plan that how often you want to contact them. So follow the plan and make regular contact. This plan may vary according to the contact list or category of your contacts. So there is nothing worse than finding out a good friend bought a home with another agent because they forgot your first announcement a year ago. So idea is to keep in touch quarterly or something like that. Do some quick list building activities like get started immediately and constantly add to your center of influence list. Get involved in your communal activities, go to homeowner association meetings, city associations, and give your business card to the person. Everyone you meet, give your business card. If you go for coffee in the morning, stop getting a table and sit in the counter. Strike up a conversation with the person next to you and give your card. So farming is a tried and true method of prospecting. It is a soliciting business from people you do not know or have relationship with. You may farm a geographic area or neighborhood or a niche market. A farming system keeps your sales volume consistent. You do not deal with high peaks and low